here to discuss with you the paper solution of MOF. So let's see. I'm here to discuss you with the solutions of physics paper. So this is our first question, in which there is measured in column type question, and we have to answer this question. So one by one we see the answers of all question. If I'm talking about the solar eclipse, so solar eclipse is a situation in which that moon come between sun and earth. So the shadow of that moon will be formed on the surface of the earth, and for a shadow, the darkest region of that shadow is known as umbra, and the least dark region it is known as penumbra. Got it? Okay, now see, solar eclipse, there is umbra region falls on moon, umbra region falls on earth, there is umbra and that is penumbra. Okay, so solar eclipse, that umbra region falls on earth, yes or no? So for P, our second option matched. Okay, if I'm talking about the lunar eclipse is a situation in which the earth comes between sun and moon. In this situation, the shadow of that earth is formed on the moon, so umbra region will falls on the surface of moon. So for our Q option, that will be first answer. Okay, if I'm talking about the darkest region of a shadow, and that is umbra. So for this question, that three option will be matched. If I'm talking about the internal region of a shadow, that is the internal region of the shadow, and this is known as umbra. So for S, that will be third. So let's see which option is matched with that. That P2, Q1, R3 and S3. So for our first question, A will be correct answer. Okay. If I'm talking about the question number second, so that is sun, moon and fireflies, and there are some properties of these objects like opaque, transparent, luminous, non-luminous, translucent. Okay, one by one we will discuss. If I'm talking about the opaque objects are those objects which do not allow light to pass through them, like wall. And if I'm talking about the transparent objects are those objects just allow the light to pass through them, like my glasses just allow the light to pass through them, and that's why you are able to see my eyes. Okay, if I'm talking about the luminous sources of light, so luminous sources of light are those sources which have their own light and emit it, like sun, star. These are the luminous sources of light. If I'm talking about the non-luminous sources of light, so that non-luminous source just reflect the light, they don't have their own light. Okay, so like moon is a type of non-luminous source. And if I'm talking about the translucent objects, have you seen a butter paper? Partially you can see through it, but not totally. So these type of objects are known as translucent objects just pass the partially part of the light. Okay, let's see. In question number second, we have to tell the properties of the Sunsar. Okay, so sun has its own light, so it is a luminous source or non-luminous? It is luminous source. For sun, that luminous will be correct. And if I'm talking about the properties of the sun, that opaque, transparent and translucent. So the sun is an opaque object. So for that, first and 3 is matched. Which option is that? That is option C. For our second question, our C option will be correct answer. Okay. Now go through the question number 3. We have to tell the properties of moon. Okay. Properties of moon. So moon doesn't have its own light. It just reflects the light that comes from the sun. It just reflects the light. Okay. So it is non-luminous source of light. So for that moon, fourth one will be correct. And that properties of moon, and if I am talking about the opaque, transparent or translucent, so in which our moon is an opaque object. So for this, the first and fourth one is correct, and that is in option A. So our third question has the answer of A. Okay guys, let's go to the question number 4, if I'm talking about the question number 4, in which we have to tell the properties of fireflies. So if I'm talking about the fireflies, they have their own light. So they are luminous or no luminous? The objects that have their own lights are luminous objects. Okay. So they have their own light. So for these, the third one is correct because they are luminous. And if I'm talking about that which type of objects they are, opaque, transparent or translucent. So it is an opaque object. So for that fourth question, our C option will be correct, in which we have to tell the ratio of 1 decimeter and 1 decameter. In 1 decimeter, how many meter are there? In decimeter, there are 10 to the power minus 1 meter, or I can say there is 0.1 meter. Yes or no? And in 1 decameter, how many meters are there? There are 10 meter. If I take the ratio of both, then in 1 decimeter, there is 0.1 meter, and in 1 decameter, there is 10 meter. So it will be 1 upon 100. So the ratio of that 1 decimeter and 1 decameter will be 1 upon 100. So for fifth question, our D option will be correct answer. So now let's see the question number 6. The question number 6, a thread is used to measure the length of two objects. The first one is a cylindrical and the second is a sphere. Okay. So at first, if I'm talking about the cylindrical shape, this will be our cylindrical shape. So thread is at first it is rounded around the middle part and then circular surfaces. So if middle parts, there will be this will be H, then in this side there will be H. So that will be 2H. Okay. Both circular surfaces, then there will be R and it will be also R. Then 2R plus 2R. Okay. And in the question given that R is equals to A and H is equals to 2A. If I put the value of R and H, then 2 into 2A plus 4 into A. So this has the length of 8. If I'm talking about the sphere, then there will be length of 2 pi R. Okay. If I put the value of pi and R, then 3.14 into A. That will be 6.28 into A. So now compare between the lengths of the thread that at first it is rounded around that surface of cylindrical and then sphere. So which one will be greater? This one and this one. This one will be greater. For sixth question, our answer will be A. Okay. In question number 7, we have to tell the motion of a lift. Okay. Let's see the options of this question. That is oscillatory motion, that is periodic motion, and it is doing translatory motion, or it is doing rotatory motion. So at first, if I'm talking about the oscillatory motion, in oscillatory motion, there will be to and fro motion, and like the motion of a simple pendulum. In periodic motion, that motion will be repeated after a fixed time period. And in translatory motion, our object just transfer from one place to another place. Like this object, just put some, then it comes here. So it does only a translatory motion. And if I'm talking about the rotatory motion, then the motion of the fan is a type of rotatory motion. Got it? In rotatory motion, our object just move around its fixed axis. Okay. So in this question, we have to tell the motion of lift. So have you ever seen lift? Lift, for an example, you are going upward. Okay. So lift move like this. Yes or no? Then it is doing this type of motion. That lift is doing translatory motion. So for our 7th question, our C option will be.
Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad of subject chemistry, which was held on 16th October. Our first question is, which of the following 3 processes are involved in converting fiber into fabric? The option A is yarn, fiber, fabric. Option B is fiber, yarn, fabric. Option C is both A and B, and option D, none of the above. Fiber is a single thread-like structure, and the yarn is formed when we twisted 2 or more fiber together. And from yarn, fabric is made. So the option B is correct here. Fiber to yarn then yarn to fabric. The next question is, match the types of motion in list 1 with the events related to motion in list 2. In list 1, glass air, iron sheet and cardboard, oily paper sheet, sugar and salt. In list 2, opaque, translucent, soluble in water, transparent. So, what are the meaning of opaque, translucent and transparent? The transparents are the materials which completely pass the light, and the translucents are the material which partially pass the lights, and the opaque are the material which do not pass the light. So here, glass and air are the transparent materials, iron sheet and cardboard are the opaque, oily paper sheet are translucent, and sugar and salts are soluble in water. So option A is correct here. The next question is, what makes the basis of sorting materials into group? Option A, similarities in their properties. Option B, difference in their properties. Option C, both similarities and difference in their properties. And option D, all of these. For sorting materials into groups, here the correct answer is both similarities and difference in their properties. So option C is correct here. The question is, which of the following has reddish brown color? Option A, gold. Option B, copper. Option C, iron. And option D, brass. In the following option, the option C is correct because iron has the reddish brown color. So option C is correct here. The next question is, the number of yarn used to make fabric by weaving and knitting. Option A, 2 sets of yarn in each case. Option B, single yarn in each case. Option C, 2 sets of yarn in weaving and single in knitting. And option D, single yarn in weaving and 2 sets in knitting. Weaving is a process of converting fiber to fabric, and knitting is also a process to converting fiber to fabric. In weaving we use 2 sets of yarn, and in knitting we use only single set of yarn. So here the option C is correct. 2 sets of yarn in weaving and single in knitting. The last question here is, separation of fiber of cotton from its seeds is known as. In our previous question, we discussed that weaving and knitting are the process of converting yarn to fabric. So here, the spinning is the option to converting fiber to yarn. Only ginning is the right answer here. Ginning is a process of cotton fiber, separation of cotton fiber from its seed. So option D is correct here.
Hello students, I will discuss with you MOF paper solution of class 6 science section part 3rd biology. Now first question is, which one of the following set comprises only herbivorous animals? First, we can see the herbivorous. Herbivorous are the nature which shows that those animals which eat plant and plant products. Now we move to the options. First option is cow, goat, rabbit and deer. All these are herbivorous animals. Second, move to the second option. Cow, goat, rabbit and wolf. As we can see there, wolf is a carnivorous animals which eat only and other animals. Now move to the third option, wolf, goat, rabbit and deer. As we can also see, the wolf is there which also other animals eat other animals. Now move to the last option. Crow and crane are omnivorous in nature. These eat both plants as well as animals. Now as we can see in the diagram, these are the basic herbivorous animals. Cow, grasshopper, zebra, deer, elephant. These are the nature shows that all these are herbivorous in nature. Now most appropriate option of the answer will be cow, goat, rabbit and deer. Now move to the second question. Which one of the is best for the health? In which options are given: boiled seed, roasted seed, wet swollen seeds and sprouted seed. As we can see the boiled seed, as we know that if we boil something, it will lose its content, like it will lose vitamins as well as minerals. Now move to the second option, roasted seeds. Roasted seeds means if you roast anything with the oil, it will includes not best for our health. Now moves to the third option, wet swollen seed. If we swell something, any seed, it will not easily digestible in our body. Now move to the last option is sprouted seeds. Sprouted seeds start with the sprouting and it will be easy for our digestion as well as for our heart. Now most appropriate option in the following is D option, sprouted seeds. Now move to the next question. Rearing and management of fishes in a large scale. Rearing is like about caring any animal, in which the question is asking about the fishes. Fishes are included in a group which is known as species, and the first option is there, agriculture. Agriculture is basically all about the growing of crops. Growing of crops. As we can know that the agriculture is the growing of same crops on a large scale is known as agriculture. Second is all about apiculture. Apiculture is about the honeybees, in which we can see the pollen fragging, beekeeping, honey glass bottles, honey harvesting. All these steps are included in apiculture. Now next we can see the pisciculture. Pisciculture is about the fish farming, in which we kept the fishes on a large scale for the most of other uses. Now move to the last option is horticulture. Horticulture is the growing of flowers and fruits for our daily use as well as for the decoration purpose. Now most appropriate option is about the pisciculture. This will be our correct answer. Now move to the next question, in which two options as the columns are given, list 1 and list 2. As we all know, lion. Lion is a carnivorous animal which eat only other animals. So second will be most appropriate for the lion. Now move to the deer. Deer is a animal which eat plant as well as plant products. So move to the plants. Next is man. Man is a omnivorous in nature, is help in both plants and eating. Omnivorous animals, as we all know, that are those animals which eat plant as well as animals. Now the last one is female mosquito. Female mosquito is known for the carrier. It is a carrier of malaria which sucks the human blood. Now as we can see in the diagram, lion and mosquito. Lion is a carnivorous animal and mosquito is a parasite. As we can see in the second diagram, second are deer as well as human beings. Deer is the animal which eat plant products and the human which eat plant as well as animals. Now move to the option sections. In first we can see the lion. Lion eats animals. So we have 2 in the P column. Now move to the next, other options are wrong for us. Now we have to find out from these 2 sections only. Now move to the second thing, deer. Deer eats plants only. So our third option will be most appropriate according to the given options. So C will be most appropriate for of us in the given measure column. Now move to the next question. Which one of the following is a energy giving component? All the given options are the source of components of food. As we all know, the basic components of food are carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, minerals and the lipids. And these are the components of food. We have to find out the energy giving component only. As we all know that protein is a building block of our body. It helps in the building our body. Second, vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals help in only the deficiency or increase our immune system. Now move to the roughage. Roughage is also a part of fiber. It helps in building block of our muscles as well as our body system. Fourth option, carbohydrate and fats. These are the energy giving components. Carbohydrate, as we all know, that it gain us from the wheat and as well as bread, and fat we have gained from ghee and butter. Now move to the option section for correct answer. As we all know that carbohydrate and fats are the energy component or energy giving food for all of us. The most appropriate option will be our carbohydrate and fats. Now move to the next question. Disease caused due to the deficiency of vitamins. Here the word given is deficiency. Deficiency is like कमी. किसी भी सेक्शन की हमारी बॉडी में कमी आती है, उसकी वजह से जो डिजीज होती है वो डिजीज कौन सी कहलाती है? इन फर्स्ट ऑप्शन डाइटरी डिजीज आर दोज डिजीज विच कॉज ड्यू टू द एनी लैक ऑफ डाइट ओनली. Second is chronic disease. Chronic disease, as we all know, that are those disease which cause for long term, which like cancer. Cancer is a long term disease. It is a chronic disease. Next, move to the deficiency disease. As we all know, in the question is given, name denotes the deficiency. So most appropriate our answer will be C option, is represent it as a deficiency disease. Last is transmitted disease. Transmitted disease are those diseases which are transmitted from one person to other person through any carrier. It may be bacteria, it may be virus, it may be any insect which can transmit from one person to other person. As we can see, vitamin deficiency. First is given is vitamin A. Vitamin A causes night blindness. Second is vitamin B, which causes beriberi. So the most appropriate answer for our question is deficiency disease, C option. Now move to the next question. Percentage of water in our body. What will be the percentage of water in our body? Options are given: 50%, 60%, 70% and 100%. We have to select out the percentage which most appropriate in our body. As we all know that the water is the most essential part of our body and it will covers the 70% of our body, and we can see in the diagram most of the covers all over our body part of 70%. This is all about biology section of class 6 science paper. Thank you.
Hello everyone, let's begin with the part 4 mathematics. And this we are going to cover question number 21 to question number 50. Let's begin with the question number 21. Question says that the difference between the place value and face value of 8 in 6,58,742. So in this question, we have to find out the difference between the place value and the face value of 8. Now, to solve this question, you must be clear with these two terms. What is face value and what is place value? So let's write down the place value of number 8. Place value of 8 is here 8,000. Face value is 8. Now we have to find out the difference between these two terms. Now after subtracting we get 9. So the answer is 7,992. So according to the options, we can say that option B is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 22. The total number of 4 digits is. So we have to find out the total number of 4-digit number. So to calculate the total number of 4-digit numbers, we have to first check that what is the smallest 4-digit number. So, smallest 4-digit number is 1000. If we talk about the greatest 4-digit number, that is 9,999. This is the greatest 4-digit number. Now, we are going to apply the formula to find out the total number of numbers in between 1000 and 9,999. So, here's the formula: greatest number minus smallest number plus 1. So, here the greatest number is 9,999 minus the smallest 4-digit number we have is 1000 plus 1. So 9,999 minus 1000 is 8,999 plus 1. So after doing the addition, we get 9,000. So let's check the option. Here, option B is the correct answer. Now, let's begin with the question number 23. 23 question is total number of numbers which when rounded off to nearest 10 gives 200. We have to find out the numbers whose answer after rounding off will become 200. So, our number is 200. Let's check the number whose answer after rounding off will give us 200. So, here we have 195, 196, 197, 198 and 199 will give us the same answer as 200 after rounding off, right? If we move forward, then we can see that the number 201, 202, 203, 204, these four numbers will give us the answer 200. So, we have to find out the total numbers which when rounded off to the nearest 10 give us 200. Now, let's count the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, according to the option, we can say option B is the correct answer. Now, the question 24. This question says that the difference between the greatest and the smallest number which when rounded off a number to the nearest tens as 540. Now here we have to find out the difference between the greatest and the smallest number. So first we have to find out the number which when rounded off gives us 540. So again we are using the concept of rounding off or estimation, we can say that. So let's begin with the number which gives us 540 as the answer after rounding off. So here we have the number, this is 535. 536, 537, 538, 539 and 540. These all numbers give round off 540. Now let's begin with the next numbers, that is 541, 542, 543, 544. These are the numbers which are giving us the estimation of 540. All this number will give us after rounding off to the nearest tens 540. Now we have to find out the difference between the smallest and the greatest. Now here the greatest number is 544 and the smallest number is 535. Let's find out the difference. 544 minus 535. So after subtracting, just carry 9. So according to the option, we can say that option B is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the next question. Question number 25. Now here we have to find out the number of zeros at the end of the expression 10 plus 100 plus 1000 plus and so on till the last number. So we will take the hint from the beginning of the expression, that is 10 plus 100 plus 1000. After writing these three numbers, we get this is 10, 100, 1000. After writing these three numbers, we can see that we get 1110 and the ending number, or we can say that the number of zeros in the end of the expression is only 1. In the same way, if we carry on the calculation, means after 1000, if it will be 10,000, let's add 10,000 in this number. Again, we can see that we are having only 1 0 at the end. If we carry on with this calculation like this, so we will get only 1 0 at the end of this answer. So here we can conclude that the number of zeros at the end of this expression will be 1. So option A is the correct answer for this question. Now, question number 26. Which of the following is not meaningful? You have to remember the rules of the Roman number. After that only you will be able to solve this question. So, you have to apply the rules of Roman numbers. Here you have to find out the number which is not meaningful. Now, first one is x1 4. It means this number is x means 10 and here 1 4 is 1 and v is 4. So, you can say that 10 plus 4 is equal to 14. The rule is simple. If the smaller number is on the right hand side of the greatest number, then we have to add the two numbers. In the same way, here it is, we can say that it's 35. Here in the C option, we can say that this is 25. Now, the last option, that is Vx. So, the rule says that the symbol V, L and D can never be on the left side of the greatest number. So, option D is not correct, or you can say that it is not meaningful. So, according to the question, option D is the correct answer. Next, question 27. The divisor when the quotient, dividend and remainder are respectively. So, here we are given with the dividend, we are given with the quotient, we are given with the remainder. That is, dividend with us, we have to find divisor, we are having quotient in quotient is given in the question and remainder as well. So, applying the formula, we have to find out the divisor. So, formula is dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. So, this is the formula to find out the divisor. Now, here dividend minus remainder upon quotient will give us divisor. So, here we are going to put the values. Dividend is 1,71,282 minus remainder is 71, quotient is 547. So, let's begin with the calculation part. Here the answer will be 171,211 upon 547. So, after dividing 1,71,211 by 547, we get 313. So, according to the question, we can see that option C is the correct answer. I hope you understood this. Now, question number 28. The product of the successor and predecessor of 99 is. So, here we have to find out the successor and predecessor of 99. This is a very simple question. Now here first we have to find out the predecessor. Predecessor means you have to write down the number which is just before. So predecessor of 99 is 98, or we can say that predecessor is -1. And if we talk about the successor of this number 99, so successor means positive 1. We have to add 1 in the given number, or we can say that the number which is just after the number. So here we get 100. So the product of successor and predecessor is, successor is 100, predecessor is 98. So after calculation, we get 9800. So we can easily find out the option A, that is 9800. This is the correct option. Now, question number 29. The product of the predecessor and successor of an even natural number. So first of all, we have to be clear with the number. What are even numbers? Even numbers are the numbers which are divisible by 2. So let's take an even number. According to question, it is said that the product of the predecessor and successor of an even number is. So predecessor of this even number is an odd number, because if it is an even number, -1 will give us an odd number, and if we add 1 to the even number, we will get again an odd number. So successor of this even number will also be an odd number. Let's talk with an example. So here let's take an example of even number. Let it be number 4. So predecessor of this 4 will be 3 and successor of this 4 will be 5. And when we take the product of these predecessor and successor, we will get again an odd number, that is 15. So the product of predecessor and successor of an even number is an odd number. So option number D is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the question number 30. If n is a whole number such that n plus n is equal to n, then n is equal to. Now we have to find out n. Now if we put the value of A option in this equation, then let's check whether this satisfies the equation or not. If we put 1 in place of n, we get 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Which now this 2 is not equal to 1, as it is said that n plus n is equal to n. So option A is not correct. In the same way, we can check option number 2, that is 2 plus 2. The sum of 2 plus 2 is 4. So again, this equation will not satisfy option B. Now for option C, here it is 3. So again we will check 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Again this equation will not satisfy option C. So we can say that option D is the correct answer, as none of the option is correct for this equation. Let's begin with the 31 question. The set of natural numbers is closed under the binary operation. Now we have to find out the set of the natural number that is closed under the binary operation. So in this, we have to just find out the correct option. So option A says that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So it is not possible for the natural number that is closed under the binary operation to satisfy all the operations. So option A is incorrect. Let's move on to the second option, addition, subtraction, multiplication but not a division. So this option is not correct, as in somewhere subtraction also not satisfy the condition. Now option C is addition and multiplication but not subtraction and division. So this option C is best for the given question. So the correct answer is option C, but let's check the option D also. Addition and subtraction but not multiplication and division. So the last option is incorrect, as addition and multiplication is satisfying the set of natural numbers that is closed under the binary operation. But subtraction and division are sometimes not satisfying that given conditions. So here option C is best for the given question. Now the next question is the number of whole numbers between the smallest whole number and the greatest two-digit whole number is. Now in this question it is said that we have to first write down the smallest whole number. So smallest whole number is 0. Greatest whole number, which is a two-digit number. In question we have to take greatest two-digit number, that is equal to 99. So here we have to find out the number of whole numbers between the smallest whole number and the greatest two-digit number. So here the numbers in between the smallest whole number and the greatest whole number are 98, as it begins with the 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till 99. So here the total numbers are 98. So option D is the correct answer. Now the next question is the smallest number which must be added to 8,03,642 in order to obtain a multiple of 9. Now we have to find out the number which is to be added in the given number to obtain the multiple of 9. So divisibility of 9 is sum of all the numbers, or we can say that sum of the digit should be multiplied by 9 or a multiple of 9. So we are going to check the divisibility rule. Now here the sum of all the digits is, here it is 23. So sum of the digit is 23 and 23 is not a multiple of 9. So which number is to be added to get it a multiple of 9? Here we have options 0 to 9. If we add 1 to 23, we get 24. So option A is incorrect, as 24 is not a multiple of 9. Now next option is 23 plus 2. It will give us 25. 25 is again not a multiple of 9. So option B is also incorrect. Now if we talk about option 3, that is 23 plus 3, we get 26. 26 is also not a multiple of 9. So option C is also incorrect. Now the last option is option D. 23 plus 4. Here we get 27 and 27 is the multiple of 9. So option D is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the next question. 3 bells in the Bhutnath temple toll at the interval of 48, 72 and 108 seconds individually. If they have tolled all together at 6 am, then at what time they will toll after 6 am? Now we have to find out first the LCM of these three numbers. So the LCM of these three numbers is 432 seconds. Now we have to convert this 432 seconds into minute per second. So we are going to divide 432 seconds by 60. So we get 7 minutes 12 seconds. Now we have to simply add this 7 minute 12 second in the given time. So we get option B as the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is, find the largest possible number of 4 digit which is exactly divisible by 32, 36 and 40. Now here first of all we have to find out the LCM of these three numbers. So the LCM of these three numbers is 1440. Now we have to just divide this 1440 by the largest 4 digit number. So our largest 4 digit number is 9999. So after dividing this 1440 by this number, we get the remainder equal to 1359. Now the remainder is subtracted from the largest 4 digit number. Now the remainder is going to be subtracted from largest 4 digit number. Largest 4 digit number. Now here the largest 4 digit number is 9999 minus 1359. Here we get the answer 8640. So according to the options, we have option D as the correct answer. Now the next question is, if 1P548 is divisible by 3, then P can take the value. Now we have to recall the divisibility rule of 3 here. So divisibility rule of 3 says that sum of the digit is a multiple of 3. So here 1 plus P plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 is equal to 18 plus P. Now here we have 4 options. We have to check which option is the correct one. So here 18 is already divisible by 3. So we will go for the option number A, that is 0. So here 18 plus 0 is 18. So 18 is divisible by 3. Now let's move on to the next question. 3 numbers are in the ratio 1:2:3 and their HCF is 6. The numbers are, we have to find out the numbers, and here we are given with the ratio, that is 1:2:3. Now we are given with the HCF 6. We will simply going to multiply this HCF term with the given numbers. 1 multiplied by x, we get the first number, that is 6. The second ratio is 2. Now the second number will be 2 multiplied by 6, that is 12. Third number is 3 multiplied by 6. Now the third number will be 18. So these are the 3 numbers. So option C is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the next question. The total number of prime numbers between 120 and 140 is 127, 131, 137 and 139. So these are the 4 prime numbers which lies between 120 to 140. So option D is the correct answer. Now the next question is, how many circles can be drawn to pass through 2 given points? If 2 given points are there, then we can pass as many circles as we want. So option D is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the next part. The number of diagonals in a heptagon is. So in the heptagon, there are total number of sides, that is 7. So here to find out the diagonal, we will use the formula n minus 3 upon 2. So after writing this formula, we have to simply put the numbers. N is 7 as heptagon is given to you. So 7 bracket 7 minus 3 upon 2. We will get 14. So there are total 14 diagonals in heptagon. So option D is the correct answer. Now let's begin with the next question. in the given figure, if point A is shifted, now this is point A, if this is shifted to the point B along the ray Px, so the same ray is given to you, Px, on which point A is going to be shifted, such that PB is equal to 2PA, then the measure of angle BPY is. Now, everybody knows that if we are shifting a point on the same ray, there is no change in the angle as the vertex P is same. So, here the angle will remain the same, that is 45 degree. So, option B is the correct answer. Now, next question. What is the measure of each interior angle of a regular nanogun? So, regular nanogun means the total number of sides in a nanogun is 9. So, here we have to find out the interior angle. So, the formula of interior angle is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So, here we have n is 9 minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by 9. So, we will get, after calculating, 140 degree. So, option C is the correct answer. Now, let's see the next question. Measure of two angles between hour and minute hand of a clock at 9 o'clock hour. Now, we have to find out the measurement of two angles made by hour hand and minute hand. Now, here we have to first divide 9 upon 12, as in the clock we have 12 parts, multiply by 360. As we know that 360 is the complete angle. So, we get 270 after calculation. So, here we get an angle that is outer part of the arm hand. Means this is the angle that is 270 degree. That is 9, 12. Now, after subtracting 270 from 360, we get 90 degree. So, these are the two angles at the 9 o'clock which is made by hour hand and minute hand. So, option B is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. If the sum of two angles is greater than 180 degree, then which of the following is not possible? We have to find out not possible term for the two angles. Now, here first option is one obtuse angle and one acute angle. So, this possibility may occur. One reflex angle and one acute angle. So, it can also occur two obtuse angle, okay, and the last one is two right angle. So, it is not possible to have two right angles. So, here option D is the correct answer for the given question. Now, next the question is, a fish was swimming underwater at a depth of 12 feet. It rose 3 feet, dropped 5 feet, rose 10 feet and dropped 1 foot. What is the current depth of the fish? Now, we have to find out the depth and it is based on the integer type question. Now, here we are going to take the below part as a negative sign and the rose part at the positive sign. So, according to question, what we get, depth is 12 feet. So, we write like this, minus 12, then rose by 3, positive 3, dropped by 5, rose by 10 and dropped by 1. So, after calculating this, we get the answer negative 5 feet. So, according to the options, we can say that option B is the correct answer. Next is, when the integer 10, 0, 5, minus 7 are arranged in descending or ascending order, then find out which of the following integer always remain in the middle of the arrangement. Let's arrange the term first. First of all, let's take descending order. So, descending order will be 10, 5, 0, minus 5, minus 7. Now for the ascending order, we can say that -7, -5, 0, 5 and 10. Here 0 is middle. So we can say that option A is the correct answer. Now the next question is, which of the following statement is not true? We have to find out the incorrect statement out of these 4 options. When 2 positive integers are added, we always get a positive number. So this statement is true. Next is, when 2 negative integers are added, we always get a negative integer. So this statement is also true. When a positive integer and a negative integer is added, we always get a negative integer. No, this is not necessary. We always get a negative integer. It depends on the number. Now, the last option is additive inverse of an integer 2 is -2 and additive inverse of -2 is 2. So, option D is also correct. So, according to the option C is incorrect. Now, the next question is, the value of 5 divided by -1 does not lie between. We have to find out the number in which this number 5 divided by -1 does not lie. Now, we can see that this number is a -1. So, after observing the options, we can easily say that option B is the correct answer as it is the positive one. And option A, C and D all are having the negative answers. So, let's move on to the next one. 49th question. Which of the following is not the additive inverse of A? So, additive inverse of A is -A. Now, we have to check which number is not the additive inverse of A. Means we have to check in which of the option -A is not coming. So, here after solving this, we get the positive A. Here we get the negative A. Here we get the negative A, and in the D option also we got the negative A. So, out of these options, we can say that option A is the correct answer. Now, the last question is, first of all, we are going to solve the absolute value of -7, that is 7 minus 3, that is equal to -10 in the absolute value. So, the answer will be positive 10. So, according to the options, we can say that option C is the correct answer.
Hello my dear student, my name is Akash Chaudhary. I am your reasoning mentor. Today we are discussing Matrix Olympiad class 6th paper part 5th of logical reasoning. Let's start. As you see, question first belongs from number series. If series is increasing in slow way, then we go for logic, addition logic. As you see, if we add how to find 1 to 5, then you say add 4. 5 to 13, add 8. 13 to 25, add 12. 25 to 41, plus 16. 4 to 8, every number increasing by plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. What is your next number? Then you say plus 4, 16 plus 4 is 20, and then we add 20 in 41. Our answer is 61. Option C is correct answer. Our next question. This question is also belong to number series 5, 10, 30, 120. What is your next term in this series? If I say series is increasing very rapid way, then we follow logic multiply. 5 into 2, 10, 10 into 3, 30, 30 into 4, 120. Then we multiply 120 by 5. Then our answer is 600. But we don't have any option as 600 that our answer is 600. But this question is bonus for every student because option is wrong. If we discuss on next question belongs to direction sense test. You go north if I say this is our direction, east, west, north and south. If you go north, then you say, if this is your starting point, you get north. Turns right, then again turns right, and then go left. What is your left? This is left. Now we are going, which direction your face now? This direction is called east direction. That is our answer. Option C is our correct answer. If you confuse in left and right, then for example you are walking to north direction, this is our right turn and this is our left turn. Next question is, Namita walks 14 meter towards west. Namita walks 14 meter towards west, then turns her right and walk 14 meter. Then turns to her left and walk 10 meter. Again turning her left and she walk 14 meter. What is the shortest distance in meters between her starting point and present point? Then you say, how to find this distance if this figure is contained like rectangle figure? 14 sides is equal to fronting side 14. Then you say, if this distance is 10, this is also 10. What is your total distance? Then you say, this is 10 and this is 14. 10 plus 14 is equal to 24 meter. This is our answer. Option B is correct answer. Question third. Find the mirror image of following figure. If we stand in the front of mirror, then you see our bottom and top in no change, but left and right are changed. Right change into left and left change into right. If this figure is so a mirror image, then this mirror, ye lines, this figure contains option C. That is your answer. Next question is, Sam ranked 9th top from the top and 38th from bottom in a class. How many students are their class? If we find number of total person, then our formula is top plus bottom minus 1. If we add 9 plus 38 minus 1, that is called 38 plus 9 is 47 minus 1 is 46. Option B is our correct answer. Next question. 57. This question is blanks from ranking and order. Sita ranks 19 from top in a class of 68 students. What is it? Her rank from last. Last means bottom and starting means front. Our formula is top plus bottom minus 1 equal total. We have three terms, top, bottom and top. Sita ranks 19th plus bottom minus 1 is equal total 38. Minus 1 is subtracted from 19. Then you say 18 plus bottom is equal to 68. If we find bottom 68, this going to this side minus 18, that is called 50. Our answer is 50. Option A is correct answer. Next question is, mathematical operation, value had 16 into 3 plus 6 minus 2 divide 4. If divide means multiply means plus, then we multiply means plus 16 plus 3. Plus means minus, minus 6. Minus means divide, divide 2. Divide means also say multiply into 4. If we solve board mass, first solve divide, then 16 plus 3 minus 6 is divided by 2, then we got 3 into 4. Then we solve next term, multiply 16 plus 3 minus 4 into 3, 12. 16 plus 3, 19, minus 12 is equal to 7. Our answer is 7. Option D is correct answer. Next question. The value of 20 divided 2 into 5 plus 10 minus 10. 20 divide 2 in bracket into 5 plus 10 minus 30. First we solve bracket. 20 is divided by 2, then we got 10. If we remove bracket, 10 into 5 plus 10 minus 30. 10 into 5 is equal to 15 plus 10 minus 30. 50 plus 10 is 60 minus 30 is equal to 47. Our answer is 47. Option C is correct answer. Next question is, the following question consists of a set of 3 figures X, Y, Z showing a sequence of folding of a piece of paper figure Z. So the manners in which the folded paper has been cut, these 3 figures are followed by 4 answers figure from which you to choose a figure which would be most closely resembles the unfolded from figure Z. If we folded this figure, for example, if you cut up this type, then if you fold, this is also this type, then this is. Which figure is same our answer? Then we say option B is correct from our answer. Thank you for listening to me.